So this was the email that I received a while ago. Dear Vishal sir, good morning. This is Tariq and Mark Paraguay. We were introduced to you in Dubai when you were consulting for where we were working at that time. During one of the talk, you had offered your help if we ever needed it. Vishal sir, as you are aware, we have lost our jobs in Dubai and have been trying for 3 months now, but the market is bad. We have decided to move back to our countries, but since Mark and I work well together, we would like to do something together. You had told our CEO that he didn't need all his teams to be based in Dubai and collaboration is possible. So we wanted to ask you if Mark and I can open a company but be based in 2 different countries. I would be in Egypt and Mark would be in Philippines. How can we achieve this? Any help from you would be welcome. We are desperate for help, Vishal sir, so please advise us. Warm regards, Tariq and Mark. Since I received this email, a few emails have been exchanged with Tariq and Mark, and it's very sad what is happening, but it is something that we are going to see more of. More and more people are going to lose their jobs, which also means there is more and more opportunity for new solopreneurs to be created. Most of the people would be entering the entrepreneurship segment with very limited budget, with very little amount that they'll have at their disposal. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can start if you're just starting out, and if you are already in the process that you have a website and you have a business and you want to upgrade. So how you can start or upgrade and automate your business for as little as $25 a month. So let me begin by saying this. As a solopreneur or a small business owner, you know that one has to constantly upgrade to perform better. Same applies to your technology as well. You also know that repetitive tasks are not productive and they can slow you down. The time wasted on performing these tasks can be best used for more productive things. And here is how you can do it. It all starts with your email. Having a professional email is important, but having it on G Suite can be a game changer. So not only do you get 30 gigabytes of storage on a basic $6 or 125 rupee plan if you are in India, but you also have access to a whole lot of extensions. Most of these are free. There are a few paid ones as well. Guys, I've been a huge advocate of G Suite. I know there are people out there who want to move away from Google, but let's talk from a business perspective. You want to be found, but you also want a very robust software that can help you take your business to the next level. And G Suite makes it super easy for you to get started. So first and foremost, if you're taking a G Suite plan, if you are in India, it is 125 rupees per user per month. If you are elsewhere, check your local countryside, but I know internationally it's about $6 per user per month, or $5 if you're paying annually in one go. And what do you get for this? You get your entire email hosted on Gmail's robust platform. You get Meet, video and voice conferencing. You have a chat application. There is a calendar, and believe it or not, Google Calendar is one of the most robust calendars that is out there. You have a 30 GB cloud storage. Now this 30 GB cloud storage actually counts towards your email and the cloud. You get documents, you get docs, which is the documents, you get sheets, which is the spreadsheets, you get slides, which is the presentation builder, and you get forms. Now, having worked a lot with forms, I have realized that Google Forms are some of the most powerful forms that you can ever use, especially if you are using them for surveys, etc. Then they have a thing called Sites, which is for website builder. Pretty basic. I would stay away from it for the time being. Then they have Keep, which is your shared notes. And then they have this thing called Currents, which is engagement for employees. But lastly, they have this apps scripts, which can automate, integrate, and extend all the applications that are out there. And this is what you get for 125 rupees per user per month, or $6 per user per month. Now, if you went up to the next level, then what changes is that your storage goes up to 1 terabyte per user if you have fewer than 5 users. If you have more than 5 users, and eventually once your company grows, you will have more than 5 users, guys, you get unlimited storage, unlimited cloud storage. Imagine Cloud storage is such an expensive part of every business today. You don't want to keep your data on your hard drives only. You want to put it on the cloud. And if you have 5 users, you pay this money and you get 5 terabytes. But if you have 6 users, 5 plus, that is 6 or more, your storage becomes unlimited. Nobody else gives you that advantage. So why I recommend G Suite is because of the G Suite Marketplace. The G Suite Marketplace gives you access to thousands of plugins. There are thousands and thousands of plugins that are made just for integrating with G Suite. It doesn't matter what you're looking for. If you're looking for something for your sales CRM, there would be an integration for that. And all this happens natively in your inbox. You have CRM in Gmail, you can send documents, you have SMS reminders, mail. I mean, there is no end to it. So Gmail is definitely my recommended email application of choice or email hosting provider of choice. But there is a catch. The catch is that if you are someone who's used to working with a desktop client, something like Microsoft Outlook or any other desktop client, then you'll have to unlearn how you have worked and start working in a browser. See, Gmail or G Suite works best in a browser if you want all these plugins to work with it. Some of the plugins, if you start using them properly, can save you 2 to 3 hours in a week. Imagine what you would be able to do if you had 2 hours available to you each week, which were additional to the time that you had before. Think about it. I would suggest take G Suite for a test drive. The second thing is your domain provider. So I know there are lots of domain providers out there, something like GoDaddy or Enorm. There are multiple domain providers. But why would you want to put your money with companies like GoDaddy? They have absolutely horrible interface. I have been an ex-customer of GoDaddy. At one time they had 8 of my domains were bought through them. But they're absolutely horrible, clunky interface. Then somebody recommended me to shift to Namecheap. And since then, I have been with Namecheap. And Namecheap, believe me, is one of the best domain providers out there. Hey, if you're still comfortable going with GoDaddy or somebody else, by all means, I'm just providing you an alternate place from where you can get your domain names. Next one is, where should you be hosting your website? Now, there are 2 options available here. You have one which is called self-hosted, and you have one which is called managed. Now, self-hosted is for those people who like to tinker around and see what's under the hood, and they want to have a control over everything. Managed is when you do not want any headaches that come with managing your own server. You have to choose which one you want. If you are somebody who likes to get his hands dirty, you're like me, I would never go today with a managed hosting. I've been there, I've hosted, they were great, but hey, I would today like to go with something where I have control over who else is there, because most of these hostings are shared hosting. That means you are not the only person who has that IP address. If you get somebody who's sharing the same IP address with you and their website has a problem and it impacts the entire IP address, then your website is also going to go down. I get it, in most of the cases, the glitch is only going to last a few seconds or maybe a couple of minutes, but still, it's not for me. You could be somebody who's comfortable with managed hosting, in which case site hosting is a great choice. Now, why site hosting and why not somebody else? Site hosting has been consistently rated as one of the best hosting providers, and they managed WordPress hosting. And I'll tell you why we're talking about managed WordPress hosting, because I would be recommending you to host your website on a WordPress content management system. If you were on SiteGround managed WordPress hosting, you have 2 plans. For $6.99, you get one website with 10 GB of web space. 10 GB is plenty. Believe me, 10 GB is plenty. Around 10,000 visits monthly. If your site is getting 10,000 visits or more, then you should be upgrading immediately. Unmetered traffic, you have the WordPress installation, you get a free SSL, which is a certificate which tells the browsers that your site is secure. You get free email. Now, we're not going to use the free email they give you. We would much rather use G Suite here, because this free email is an IMAP email service and it is no good. I mean, it's plenty good, but it doesn't have the same features as a G Suite would. Now, that's not all. One has to go a little bit more into detail here. When you go into detail, you realize that it does not have what is called WordPress Special Cache. What is a cache? See, caching enables the content of your website to load up faster, which reduces the waiting time for the visitor who's come to your site. That makes a lot of difference, whether somebody waits 3 seconds for your site to load or somebody waits 5 seconds for your site. Apart from that, they have a thing called Super Cacher. They do level 1 caching. So this is again a very similar thing, which is they have their own in-house caching service to increase the number of hits a site can handle and drastically boost the loading speed. Whereas with the other plan, they have all the three. So choose your plan carefully. The difference between the $6.99 and $9.99 plan is that the $9.99 plan gives you 20 GB of space and lets you host unlimited websites, as long as you don't run out of the 20 GB space and 25,000 visits a month. So if you had 3 different websites catering to 3 different markets, and all of them put together were utilizing less than 20 gigabytes of space and had less than 25,000 visits, then you're better off going with something like the $9.99 plan. If you move further, you will realize that the minute you come to the checkout page, the $9.99 plan is only applicable if you're paying for 12 months. If you pay for 1 month, the hosting price goes to $30. If you go for 24 months, the hosting price goes up to $14.99. If you go for 36 months, the hosting price is $17.49. How they manage this, I have absolutely no idea. See, the trick is to get you in for the first 12 months, lock you in at a price, and then once you are already well settled and you go for a renewal, you'll end up paying more. And that is exactly the things that I did not like with managed hosting providers, because you are trapped now. You have a website, you have everything set up, and when it comes to renewal, they've suddenly thrown you a curveball and they're asking you for a price which to me was unacceptable. So what did we do? I decided it was time to learn a little bit and host my own server, host my own website. And I'll show you exactly how to do it. So in terms of self-managing, self-hosting, the first one I would recommend is Google Cloud. Now Google Cloud has a very robust hosting, and you can get started for free. You get 12 months of credit, but you will need to sign up. You need to have your account to proceed further. And in today's day and age, to the best of my knowledge, most of the people already have a Google account. So all you need to do is you need to come here and sign up. And in terms of pricing, as I said, the first year pricing is usually free because they give you a handsome credit. They give you around a $300 credit. And if you are just starting out, you'll probably be setting up a site which will be a $5 or a $7 plan. And there's no way you're going to exhaust the $300 credit. Once you've completed your first year, after that, it'll become billable and they will charge you whatever is the plan that you've chosen, which could be $5, which could be more, which could be less. So that totally depends on how much traffic you are getting. So the next one on our list is Amazon Lightsail. So Amazon has a very robust cloud infrastructure. And Lightsail is their entry-level offering that you can use for as little as $3.50 per month. For most of the solopreneurs or small businesses who have less traffic, this is just fine. This is perfectly fine. You can host a website, get decent amount of traffic. So what you would pay to SiteGround for similar package or a very similar package is what you get with Amazon Lightsail. The only difference is here you will have to go and do a few tweaks and install a few things, but don't worry, there are tutorials for it and I will put them in the description. They're excellent tutorials that have been done. I don't have to redo them. There are lots of great YouTubers who've done these tutorials, and I'm going to put a link to these. You can go ahead, see them. That's how I tested out Lightsail. I did not know how to get started. I looked at a video, I hosted a site, and it was I think the whole process from start to finish took me about 20 minutes to host a site, and it was pretty straightforward and simple. The best bet for a content management system is to go with WordPress. WordPress powers 60% of the websites on the internet today. The advantage of using WordPress is you will get lots and lots of website builders. Now, what is a website builder? A website builder is a tool that will help you create a website, create your own website. Today, with these website builders and the demo themes you get, you don't really need to hire somebody to build a website for you. If you have a couple of hours and your content ready, using one of these theme builders and a free demo theme, you can customize your site in next to no time. You don't have to be somebody who's very good with creatives. Yes, you need your content. So you would need the content even if you were to, hire a website designer to build your website. Now, there are 4 website builders that I have tested out, and let me share which these are and which one should you go with. I've tested out 4 website builders, and all of these are absolutely great. They do a great work. They help you create stunning websites, and they're very, very user friendly, even beginner friendly. Most of the times they come with pre-made sections and pre-made templates, and you just need to drag and drop, change the photographs, change the wordings, and you have the creative ready. The first one that I can recommend people use is Brizy. Brizy comes in 2 flavors, a free and a paid version. A free version can get you started, but if you need more functionality, you will need to go pro. They're giving out 356 lifetime licenses at the time of recording it. I mean, this has been going on for a while. Then the other one, and this is the one that I have a lifetime subscription for. It is Elegant Themes has this website builder called Divi. Absolutely stunning. If you can think of a site, you can create a site. And that is the reason, since I was so impressed with it, I bought a lifetime licensing for it. So for $249, you get a lifetime license. You can access it from wherever you want. You can install it on any number of websites. You have lifetime premium supports. Yeah, it's a great, great tool. The next one is a relatively new site builder in this space. It's called Oxygen. I've used it. It's got a steep learning curve. I decided to move away from it because it was taking too much of my time to learn it. See, all the others, I gave them a day and I was able to come to terms with it. With this one, I was not able to come to terms with it, so I don't like recommending it. Although I have seen what this builder can do and it's brilliant. So if you had the time to invest, then this would be a great choice. The last one on my list is Elementor. Elementor is one of those website builders that ever since it's come, it's taken the entire WordPress community by storm. There are 5 million plus professionals who use this website builder to create websites. There is a whole lot of add-ons that are being built for Elementor. Once I started testing it out, I realized that even though I have a lifetime subscription of Divi, I like making my sites in Elementor. Elementor is that powerful. And with thousands of add-ons which are made for it, you can take it completely to the next level. How I recommend you use Elementor is you log into your WordPress dashboard, you download the Elementor free version, which is available in the WordPress repository. You download a free theme. Astra is a great theme, works very well with Elementor. They have lovely starter templates. Whatever you are looking for, the probability is you would find a fully built website in one of these starter templates. And you can pick and choose. Apart from that, you have multiple add-ons. How to work with Elementor and Astra together, I would recommend that you watch a video. There are thousands of tutorials on YouTube about how to make websites with Elementor and how to use Elementor and Astra. But if you're just starting out, I recommend you go and you check out the channel of Ferdy Korpashuk. I hope I've said that name right. Ferdy Korpashuk is one of those YouTubers who invests a lot of time in creating tutorials on Elementor and Astra theme. I don't know of him personally, but I know of him from his work, and his work is simply brilliant. I will link to his channel in the description. Go ahead, take a look. If you end up taking the Elementor and Astra plugin to create your website, Ferdy has a lot of resources that you will get as well. So now that you have your email hosting, you have your website hosting, you have your website domain name, and you have started building your website or you've completed it. The time to set up your customer relationship management. See, anybody who's just starting out, from day one itself, go with a CRM. Don't wait for your business to grow. The customers are going to form the backbone of your business, and you want to service them from day one and service them in a professional manner. Go ahead and get yourself a CRM. Now, I personally recommend HubSpot. It's a free CRM. It has a paid version as well, but for most of the people who are just starting out, the functionality you need, you will get it all in HubSpot. But just don't take my word for it blindly. If you don't think HubSpot is for you, I would recommend go see the video that I have made. It's a detailed walkthrough of HubSpot. And if after that you still decide you don't want HubSpot, you don't like HubSpot for whatever reason, there is Pipedrive, there is Copper. So there's a whole lot of other CRM tools that are available for you. But trust me, the kind of functionality you get and the features you get in the free version of HubSpot, there is no other tool out there. And this comes after having reviewed 35 plus CRM tools, having a paid gold plan of Pipedrive CRM. We cancelled all of it and we moved to HubSpot, and we are still on the free plan, and it worked brilliantly for us. So this brings me to the next tool that you should have in your arsenal. And the next tool is an email marketing tool. If your business would require you to send a lot of newsletters, product updates, then you need an email marketing tool. If your finances allow you, the gold standard today when it comes to email marketing tools is ActiveCampaign. It is a tool that we've had so much fun creating automations. If your mind can visualize an automation scenario, trust me, ActiveCampaign can build it for you, or you can build it using ActiveCampaign. We have built 7-8 layers of if this then that scenarios, and in every split. So one split of if this happens then do this, we have further split it down 7 times, and this happened for every split we did. We built the most complicated automations that we thought were possible using ActiveCampaign. But it is not for everybody. If at the point that you are starting out, budget is a concern for you, you don't want to invest a lot into a tool, then ActiveCampaign is expensive. See, for 500 contacts on a yearly payment, the plan that you need is something like a plus plan. It sets you back by $50 a month, but you'll end up paying for 12 months, so you'll end up paying $600 for it. If you want more automations, the way we were talking about split automations, then you need to pay $129 a month, and that's only for 500 contacts. So once your leads start growing, the $129 plan is still good for you till you get to 2,500 contacts. It's once you cross the 2,500 contacts barrier that the price changes again. So till 2,500 contacts, you pay $129. But as I said, the point is, this is if you're paying it on yearly basis. If you want to pay it month by month, it'll set you back $160. So that is a lot of money as a startup if you want to put your money elsewhere. Now, as I had said, that you can get started for as little as $25. Now, this is definitely not what I had in mind, but I just wanted to put it out there that this is the gold standard. What I had in mind was something like a Sendinblue. See, Sendinblue does everything, more or less everything, what ActiveCampaign can do. It has robust automations. It has all the features, similar features to what ActiveCampaign has. But here is where Sendinblue gets interesting. They have a free plan with unlimited contacts. What is the catch in the free plan? You can only send up to 600 emails a day. That's not bad. When you're just starting out, that's not bad at all. And then once you start upgrading, you start going up on your needs, even then, it's not very expensive. So, of course, since I'm in India, these prices are all being shown in Indian rupees. But if you went to the US dollar pricing, they have a light plan for $25 a month, and for $65 a month, you can send up to 1 million emails. See, they don't charge you anything for contacts, no matter how many contacts you store. What will happen in every business is there will come a time when you'll have a lot of contacts who are dormant. So a lot of these people may be on your newsletter list or maybe on your active list, and they keep on getting the emails and newsletters, but they never open it. They never respond to anything. Now, these are your dormant contacts. If you had something like an active campaign, every time you have a contact like that on your list, you will be paying for them. So your choice is to either prune the list and keep on deleting those contacts, or have a provider like Sendinblue where you're not charged for how many contacts you store, but for how many emails you send. Now, they have, in terms of features, they have email marketing, SMS marketing, chat. They also have a CRM, which is basic and I would stay away from it. They have absolutely robust marketing automation. They also let you integrate your Facebook ads, Facebook targeting and retargeting into the same plan if you're on the $65 plan. If you're talking about email marketing automation, I would rather get started with something like Sendinblue, which will be free to get started. And then once the business grows, I can grow as well. So once you have your email marketing option sorted out, it is time to think about how are you going to measure the data of what your activities online are doing for you. Now for this, the universal analytics plugin that you will need to install is Google Analytics. This would give you an accurate data of what is happening on your website, how are you acquiring your customers, and how are you losing them. Where are they going after they have left your website? Or what are the pages that are referring and bringing you more customers so that you can optimize them further. Google Analytics is the next thing that you need to sign up for. Depending upon whether you are in the retail space or a B2B space. If you are in the retail space, you will go with something like a Facebook Pixel. So Facebook Pixel is a code that is placed on the website, and once it's been put there, it will record every single visitor who comes to your website. Have you ever wondered if you've checked out a product on a website and then logged on to social media only to see the ad of that particular product that you had checked out following you on the social media or on any other website you go? That's called retargeting, and that becomes possible because most of the sites have Facebook Pixel installed. Facebook Pixel is very important because it helps you build up your social media audience. Google Analytics can do the same thing as well, but Google Analytics would do it if you wanted to have Google Ads. If you wanted to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, you would need to have Facebook Pixel installed on your website. If you're in the B2B space, then apart from the Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel, and I still recommend you use Facebook Pixel, apart from the Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel, you should also have the LinkedIn Insight tag on your website. If LinkedIn is an important part of your business in the B2B space, and it should be, then putting a LinkedIn Insight tag can help you a lot. So if you ever wanted to run ad campaign on LinkedIn using your own Insight tag, you would know who were the visitors who were interested in your products. This would help you further fine tune whom you want to target. Because we at times define a persona of our buyer and we think that all the buyers are going to be on that persona, but sometimes that persona could be wrong. It may be accurate 9 times out of 10, but 1 time out of 10 it may not be accurate. And with an Insight tag, you don't have much of guesswork to do. You know exactly who are the people who are interested in your product, especially when it comes to advertising, because whatever you are doing, you're building your audience based on the demographics that you have got already data for. And whether it's a LinkedIn ad that you're talking about, or a Facebook ad you're talking about, or a Google ad, if you let the data do the talking, your ads are going to be much more targeted. So from analytics, let's move to social media marketing. You don't want to do all the social media marketing yourself. You want to set it up and automate it. One of the best ways to do it is to use a platform called Hootsuite. Now, if you come here to Hootsuite and you look for the plan, you would see that initially when you open it up, there is absolutely no free plan. Just scroll down a little. It says, try our limited free plan, 3 social profiles, 30 scheduled messages. That means for each of the profiles, you can have 10 days of automation. So once every 10 days, you come, you set up the messages that you want, the posts that you want to go out, and automatically Hootsuite will take care of it. At the right time that you have set up, it will post your message on the social media platforms of your choosing. The only catch that you will have to do it yourself, or you can have only one user who can do it for you. Of course, once your business starts building traction, you can move to the next plan, and this gives you again 10 profiles and unlimited scheduling. Getting started with social media marketing doesn't have to be difficult if you have the right tool available to you. Since the reason I'm doing this video is because of the number of requests I have received, especially from people who are just starting out. And one such request from Tariq and Mark said that they wanted to be working from 2 different geographical locations. Tools like Trello make for brilliant collaboration boards. If you're sitting in 2 different geographies, rather than sending each other messages, you can start using boards like Trello. Trello will help you get more done, keep you on track, and help you finish your projects on the stipulated time. And the best part, it's free. And it's a great tool to use. If you're not using it, even if you are an established business and you have a lot of collaboration work you do, you can use Trello. Trello is brilliant. And that brings me now to the tool of what you can use for making creatives. Back in the day, if you wanted to get something done, you had to have a graphic designer. The graphic designer would boot up his Adobe Photoshop or any other tool that he had, and he would create something for you. And then you could not email it because it was this huge file. But all that has changed. A tool like Canva can make your life so much easier. You don't need to invest in any expensive software. They have a generous free plan. It lets you create everything. If you can think of an occasion for what you want to make the template, they would probably have a template ready, including presentations, website designs, logos. You have everything available for free. You do not need to spend any money on it. Once your business starts growing and you want a little more out of this, then you can come for a paid plan. To begin with, the free plan would work very well for 80 to 90% of the work that you need to get done. So the last tool that I wanted to share with you is what is called Zapier. I choose to call it the super glue that can connect multiple apps. What happens a lot of times is when you're working with different apps, these apps natively do not speak to one another. And as a result of it, we need to sometimes manually intervene. Now, any manual intervention is not something that I like to do. Any manual intervention costs us time and is not productive. So if you want to increase your productivity levels, then start using apps like Zapier. Now, like the other tools on this list, Zapier also comes with a free plan. Up to 100 tasks a month are covered in the free plan, and you can have up to 5 zaps. Every connector that you have, they call it a zap. And Zapier has over 2,000 apps that it can connect. Give it a try. Quite possible that the apps you're looking to connect are already in the Zapier repository. Apart from all these tools that I've already shared with you, there is one more tool that you should consider using once your business has taken off, once you start seeing some traction. And that is a tool called Sales Handy. Sales Handy will take care of all your follow-ups. It will automate your follow-ups. I have done a video on how these follow-up tools can make you super productive and improve your lead generation. And I'll link it in the description notes. So this is another tool that you should consider once your business is rolling and the need for follow-ups arises. So we hope this video provided some value to you. If you found value in the video, please press the like button. Your like tells YouTube that this content is relevant and pushes the content up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I publish content regularly for solopreneurs and small businesses, all related to marketing and lead generation. Thank you so much for your time. This is Vishal Mehra signing off now. I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Bye-bye.